Thank you for joining yet another session, Dr. R.S. and you, on science of cosmetics and personal care products. Today we will be discussing on teeth and gums. As I used to tell in every session, kindly get into part 1, and the objective of the sessions are I have informed in part 1, and I have also introduced about myself in part 1. I'll be very grateful if you could get into part 1, see the part 1 video, and also if you see all the videos you can see sequentially, and have that will give you much more understanding of what is being said. Thank you for the efforts. Okay, so now today is part 10. We are going to talk about teeth and gums. Okay, we are going to talk about teeth and gums. In this section we will mention about the structure of teeth, but we will be covering more on the oral care problems that can be addressed through a personal care product, how it is caused. Okay, that we will give a little more stress, right? So this is the structure of teeth. Okay, whatever we say gum, technically it is called gingiva. Okay, and any infection to this gum is called gingivitis, right? The outermost layer of the teeth is enamel, then comes the dentine, right? Then the pulp horn, the pulp chamber, the root canal, right? Then these are all the ligaments and the cement. Okay, up till this it's called the crown, and if it is up till this it's called the root. Okay, root and the crown. So for our point of view, personal care point of view, the enamel is very important, and of course gingiva. Okay, gingiva is the gums. Okay, gingiva is the gums. That is also very important because any inflammation in the gums may lead to teeth fall and more infections, right? So gingiva is very important. So this is some of the gum or gingiva inflammations. 0 to 1, very little gap. No, it's okay. 2, inflammation has started. 3, inflammation, and 4 is the severe inflammation that can lead to even sensitive teeth and the teeth falling. No, these are all the 4 stages of the gum recession, right? Gingivitis, inflammation of the gingiva, right? This is very, very important, where this can cause a lot of problems. This can lead to sensitive teeth, basically teeth fall. It can lead to teeth fall. Okay, so now we will take some time in the slide, which is very, very important. Understand this slide very, very well. Okay, the tooth surface, on the tooth surface, a layer called pellicle is formed. What is pellicle? Pellicle is a protein film that formed on the surface of the enamel by selective binding of glycoprotein from saliva that prevents continuous deposition of salivary calcium phosphate, right? It prevents the deposition of calcium phosphate. It forms in seconds after the teeth is cleaned. But it has also got a protective action from acids produced by microorganism after consuming the available carbohydrates. No, when there is a microorganism consume the available carbohydrates, and in the process acids are produced, that acids can decay the teeth, and the pellicle has a protective action on that. But on the contrary, it doesn't allow the calcium phosphate to deposit on the teeth. So that is one aspect. Okay, that is a negative aspect, but the positive aspect is it protects from the acids formed by metabolism of carbohydrates by the microorganisms, right? So when the pellicle keeps on accumulating on the teeth surface, diet and habits that stain on the pellicle. It creates the stain. Okay. Bacteria colonization on the pellicle. Bacteria colonization on the pellicle forms plaque. Okay. It's called plaque. Okay. It's light yellow, and it's a colonization of bacteria trying to attach themselves on the teeth surface. So what will happen, no? Over that, calcification happens and it leads to dental plaque. Okay, calcification happens over the plaque and leads to a condition called calculus. Okay, it's the other name for calculus is tartar. Okay, they call as tartar. Okay, now metabolism, the plaque getting metabolized by bacteria leads to liberation of thiols. Thiols are sulfur based compound. Okay, and lead to halitosis. What is halitosis? It's a mouth odor, no? Leads to mouth odor. So this bacterial metabolism produces more acids and creates dental caries. Dental caries, the other name is tooth decay. Okay, and it leads to tooth loss. This bacterial metabolism here can also liberate toxins that will cause gingivitis. What is gingivitis? Gum disease. So gingivitis leads to periodontitis. Periodontitis is a set of inflammatory disease affecting the tissues that are surrounding the teeth. This is affecting the tissues surrounding the teeth. No, infection of tissues surrounding the teeth. Okay, this is infection of tissues surrounding the teeth. Okay, that is periodontitis. Okay, then also it leads, periodontitis leads to tooth loss, right? Gingivitis also leads to, gingivitis is gum disease, also leads to gum recession, right? Recession of gums, and it leads to sensitive teeth, right? It leads to sensitive teeth. So now remember this very well. When a toothpaste is developed for plaque, or a mouthwash is developed for mouth odor, or a toothpaste is developed for a sensitive teeth, right? You have to understand how the sensitive teeth is caused, what are the possible causes for the mouth odor, and tartar, anti-tartar toothpaste is also there. No, anti-tartar toothpaste, no, it removes the calculus. So this is this slide is very, very important. So if you understand this slide, we will understand most of the things that we are trying to on the oral care, we are trying to address through personal care products. Okay, tooth surface, pellicle, on the tooth surface, pellicle is getting deposited. Pellicle is a protein film that forms on the surface enamel by selective binding of glycoprotein from saliva, right? That prevents continuous deposition of salivary calcium phosphate on the pellicle, but the pellicle also protects the teeth from the acids attacking acids which are byproducts of metabolism of carbohydrates by the bacteria. I explained. So now pellicle is formed immediately once we brush, no, within few minutes it forms again. Now our food habits, no, it causes stain on the pellicle also, right? Bacterial colonization on the pellicle leads to a condition called plaque, and calcification over plaque leads to calculus, right? Leads to calculus, right? What is the other name for calculus? Tartar. It's a hardened, tartar is a hardened dental plaque. Plaque. What is tartar? It's a hardened dental plaque. Okay. Then bacterial metabolism here can lead to mouth odor. Thiol, sulfur compounds, and leads to mouth odor. Again, acid protection, dental caries, tooth loss. Caries means tooth decay and tooth loss. And this bacterial metabolism can create toxins and gum disease. It causes gingivitis. Then infection on the infection of tissue surrounding the teeth is called periodontitis. Okay, gingivitis leads to gum recession and leads to sensitive teeth. No, periodontitis also leads to tooth loss. So we have a product for tartar. We have a product for, we can develop product for mouth odor. Products are there for sensitive teeth. No? So by understanding this, we can design products to avoid tooth loss, mouth odor, tooth decay, then gum disease, strengthen the gums. So This is the slide which I want to, this is the section I want to spend more time, and I think it was useful to you, right? This is what I want to explain you on oral, teeth and gums, and this is this thing should be your Bible. This should have in front of you, and this gives all the details relevant to what we need in developing a personal care product for oral care, right? So thank you for listening to my section today, and today's this part's life lesson is criticism. Okay, criticism. What I say is, don't have blind spots in your mind. Discuss and accept criticism and grow from it. Thank you. We'll talk to you in the next session. Thank you.